Thank you for coming back to my channel. This is Josie Sports Nation. If you're new to my channel, definitely hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and also hit that notification bell so you can see when my videos are coming out. What I want to talk about today is the protest that's happening in Cuba. And Jorge Masvidal, he is one of the top UFC fighters, and he wanted to talk about it on his platform. So what I want to do is I want to play a clip of what he said about this revolution that's going on in Cuba, and then I'll give you my 2 cents about it. Check this out.
Hello everybody and anybody listening. My name is Jorge Masvidal, and I'm just trying to keep up my fans or anybody that would know me, use my platforms to do what I feel is correct, and what I feel everybody should be doing is fighting against oppression, dictatorships, communism, and anything off that nature. My father escaped Cuba when he was 14 years old, and I've only heard the horror stories since I could process thoughts of how shitty this communist regime killing machine is. So I just I want to shed some light on Cuba. Big SOS signal for them. This oppression has been going on for 61 years. This is not just because of the pandemic, or it's not just because they just ran out of medicine, because they've been out of medicine, they've been out of resources and food, because of the corrupt government, the extreme corruption over there, where only a few at the top eat and everybody else just has to suffer. Those days have to come to an end. So I think it's time for the whole world to rally behind Cuba. Let's go. Spread the messages online. We got to protest. We got to get together. We got to get attention. Maybe the media channels, the local media channels in America won't cover this, or in other parts of the world. But I think it's up to us to put the word out there. It's the people against these corrupt governments. Let's defeat these fucking evil communist motherfuckers, man. God bless everybody watching, and thank you.
Yeah, this is deep, man. Shout out to all the protesters in Cuba. And, you know, I just pray for the people. You know, we are the people. What Kwame Brown likes to say. UFC star Jorge Masvidal blasts Colin Kaepernick as protest continues. And it's interesting because Kaepernick was praising Castro, and that was just not a good look for him. Cubans who came over here, they know what really is going on over there. You know, you can't listen to Bernie Sanders and all these other guys who, when they go over to the country, the powers that be give them the best experience. They don't tell them what's really going on. It's like when you go in your house and maybe you clean up the living room, but you don't want your guests to see the bathroom because you didn't clean it up in the other rooms, and it might be a mess, but the living room is clean. But I digress. Protests is continuing in Cuba over oppression. So Masvidal, he went to social media to speak out on Twitter. And the crazy thing is about in Cuba, I'm surprised we even know about this, because you know, the media, you can't even speak out in the media. They really control and monitor social media and different things like that. So that's very surprising, and it's going to be interesting what's going on here. See, people is blaming all this stuff on the pandemic, but this is nothing new in Cuba. For 60 years this has been going on. And one thing that Jorge Masvidal wrote, he said, "My father escaped Cuba when he was 14 years old. And I've heard so many horror stories since I could process things." This is what he said in the video. Now, that is true, because a lot of people, if they wanted to leave Cuba, they had to leave all their possessions. A lot of people got killed trying to leave there. The biggest graveyard is the Atlantic Ocean, because people were trying to swim over here for freedom. That's why I love America. America is great. If you look at these other countries and what they're going through, it's a mess. It's a mess. This is the best place in the world. People are trying to die to get over here because of our freedoms. Yes, we're not perfect. No other country is perfect, but we are the best one. Best in believe, where so many people become poor and you could become a millionaire. You can live a life over here. Quite frankly, if you don't get on social media, you won't know none of that stuff going on. You can live a life, you get your education, make some money, take care of your family. You're fine. Now, it's one thing for Colin Kaepernick to talk about the shootings that's happening, and how many people realize he's quiet. See, most people said that he may took a contract from Nike and put a muzzle on in the contract, basically saying that he can't speak out on nothing that comes with the police. Them dudes are taking deals, man. Think about it. Jay-Z went in there, shut him up for the bag. He said he was working with police brutality and we're done kneeling. No one calls Jay-Z out. Yeah, he helps a couple people who's in jail wrongfully, and he helps those people out, you know. But he didn't help anybody's career go further, did he? Let's look at the NFL halftime show. I'm thinking he's going to, you know, hire more African Americans to perform. No, he put J-Lo and the Hispanic community on there, didn't he? Interesting. And it's crazy because Kaepernick, after Castro died, and Cubans in Florida and all across the country was celebrating, Kaepernick wears a Castro shirt on social media. People forget. Do your history about Cuba. Anybody remember the Bay of Pigs? 1961. In 1961, a lot of people got exiled who opposed Fidel Castro's Cuban revolution in 1961. A lot of people got executed. A lot of people left. And then John Kennedy didn't want to fight the war, so he basically trained these soldiers and had them go back and fight for their country. And when they went back over there, they were imprisoned and executed, a lot of them. Flashback, let's go to 1980s, the early 1980s. We had the Mario boat lift of Miami. Anybody remember that one? Mario boat lift. It was a massive change in Cuba, because what they did was they took all the people in jail, all the slow people, all the refugees, put them on one big boat and sent them to Miami. Anybody watch Scarface? That was loosely based off the Mario boat lift. And what happened to America? Crime went up. People were getting murdered. There was a lot of corruption with the police. People were getting killed. But he's the hero. It's ridiculous. So again, I pray for them, man. I pray for what is going on, their safety. But communism is not a good idea. Socialism, communism, because only people who get paid is at the top. They get the best of everything. Everybody else get the scraps. This is not because of the pandemic. This is partially from the pandemic, but not totally, because they've been fighting for years. People are trying their best to get over here in America. Let me know in the comments what you think about this situation in Cuba and all these other countries who are being oppressed. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next video.